Hi guys, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on InDesign. It's just going to be some of the basics. This is not going to be a super extensive tutorial, but it should be enough to at least get you started. It will help you with your bio books and with your assignment that you're going to be working on here shortly for me. So the first thing that you need to do obviously is find your InDesign program. It's an Adobe program. The school computers have it, so you should be able to use it at school. If you have it at home, you can obviously use it there too. It should be down here on your dock. It's like the maroon color that says ID, but if not, you can go into your Finder and click on Applications, and you can find it that way. And just drag it to the bottom. Just remember, if you do that, you have to drag the square. So mine's already here, so I'm going to go ahead and open a new document. So once you have it open, you may have a new document open already. If you don't, you can just do File, New, and then click Document. So for these first couple assignments, you guys are just going to be messing around a little bit with some of these basic tools. So I'm basically going to show you the Type tool, the Line tool, the Box tool, and I'm also going to show you how to place a photo because that's going to be important for you too. So the first thing that I want to show you is how to type. Everything that you need is going to be over here in the toolbar. You're going to click the T, and then you can click and drag, and then obviously you can type in that box. Once you've typed something, I'll type my name just to show you. If you want to change anything about it, which you probably will, you can highlight it. Then you come up here to the top, which is like your customization bar. So you can change your font. You can change your size. And I'll teach you about all of these numbers. This has to do with like the leading that we talked about and how much space is in between those numbers. So that's how you change your text. Anytime you then want to click out of something that you've done, you usually have to come back to this black selection tool. So click on that, and then you can click out, and you can make this box larger or smaller. The next one that I want to show you is the line tool, which you'll use for a lot of elements. It's a really simple tool, but I think it adds a lot to things that you're doing. You just click on that line tool over there. You click and you drag. And then you can customize that line up here. So it shows you your options for lines. So you can do your dots, or you can do different types of straight lines. You can do triangles. You can really do whatever you want to do. And then to change the thickness, you just come up here and change the point value. And you'll start seeing those look a little bit differently. And I'm going to show you how to change the color of something. So to change the color, you're going to click on whatever it is you want to change the color of. So it could be the line, or it could be the text. Down here in this bottom left corner on your toolbar is where you're going to change those colors. So for text, you're going to double click on this T, and you can move this bar up and down and change your colors. For anything else, I'm going to show you shapes in a second. It's not going to come up with that T. Instead, it's going to have a little box down here, and it's going to say fill. You can double click on that and then change your color that way. And then I'm going to show you how to make a shape really quickly. So this tool right now says the ellipse tool, but it can be multiple different shapes. So I'll just show you a rectangle just so you can see it. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. On that rectangle, you can change the point value of the sides. So they can be thick, they can be thin. You can also change what they look like, just like you can with the lines. And then you can also change the color. So you can either do the stroke or the fill. The fill is obviously the inside of the shape. And then the stroke is the outside border, which you can have a border or you cannot. It's totally up to you. So that's your shapes. If you ever want to put something inside of a shape, like letters, for example, you would click on that box, make sure your selection tool is selected. You would click on the box of text, move it over the shape, and at first you're not going to see it, but if you want to rearrange things, you can click on Object, Arrange, and then Bring to Front or Bring Forward or whatever you want to do so that you can see it in front. You can move that however you like. And then the last thing that I'm going to show you how to do is put a picture on these. I don't know if you saw what I did there, but to move those, I just drag my mouse over all of them to select all, and then you can move those around. To put a picture on, let me move this really quickly. To put a picture on this document, you're going to go to File and click Place, and hopefully whatever photo you're using is already on your computer. You're going to find it. I'm going to use one of these. We'll use these. These are my nieces. Click open. And then you're going to click and drag. And you can drag that to be however big you would like it. The big trick here is that you don't want to stretch these images when you move them. So to change the shape of these images or to make them larger or smaller, you're actually going to click Shift, Command, and then click on the corner of the photo to click and drag. Otherwise, that photo is going to stretch, and you don't want that. So that's how you place, and you can move any of those objects around as you wish. The only other thing I'm going to show you, which might be necessary later, and I'll show you later again as well, if you ever need to make a text box and you need to make columns or filler text, go ahead and just make a box of text. You can click Type, and then you can click Fill with Placeholder Text. And then if you want to make those columns like you would for a newspaper, or a yearbook or anything like that, you can just come over here to your top. Your top bar is going to let you change these. It should. There you go. You got to click on that paragraph button down there. And then here's where it says number of columns, and you can up that to be whatever you'd like. So if you wanted 3 or 2, and then it changes for you. You won't need that for your bio books, but you will need it later. That should be good for the basics, and then when you're ready, you can just click File, Save As, and name that document. Make sure you save it in your folder. You should be good to go.